Okay, this was on the agenda somewhere further in the middle, but now that I will just take over and start with this. We developed a new logo mark, and I will share this logo mark as well as the basis of our visual strategy with you. So why did we even need a new logo mark? When we started out with the foundation last year, we were given our well-known word logo, that one, by the Linux Foundation Europe. But with only this word logo, we're still missing a clear visual identity and a strategy, which communicates who we are without using words as good as possible. And at the heart of this visual identity lies a logo mark. As a full logo or a long word logo like this gets squished and unreadable on small spaces. So imagine a banner on a booth where there's many logos. Ours is one of this. It simply get lost. So a logo mark is much easier to recognize than a longer, more complex word logo. In order to design a new logo mark and come up with this visual strategy for our foundation, I needed to answer the very important question of who are we actually? And to answer this question, we need to answer the questions, what are we doing? And what are we doing? Who are we doing this for? So we know NeoNephos is a vendor-neutral foundation fostering a sovereign cloud-native ecosystem for Europe, and we connect open source building blocks into interoperable modular platforms. Now, what does that actually mean in the context of our questions? We have many different stakeholders that all have distinct expectations. Developers expect community and openness. Technical decision makers expect stability and neutrality, and the EU institutions expect sovereignty and governance. So we are a home for projects, companies, and communities. And while we do not build the ecosystem ourselves, we lay the base and enable others to build this ecosystem and navigate through the complex cloud space we are moving in through coordinating, connecting, and creating a neutral ground. Okay, so let's summarize what our logo mark and brand identity needs to show. Community and openness, stability and neutrality, and sovereignty and governance. A good logo mark is as simple as possible, as the human brain processes images, especially with simple forms, much faster than reading text or complex forms. So the new logo mark consists of two curved surfaces that are moving towards each other, forming a bridge between the stakeholders that NeoNephos connects. The triangle is open and therefore creating a living dynamic form that retains agility, adaptability, and the open source spirit. The white base balances the form, communicates reliability, permanence, and something to build upon. And the curved inner sides soften the severity of the triangle, making it a bit more human and approachable without losing any of the stability. And the upward-facing movement points decisively into one direction towards our common goal of an independent Europe. And the result is this logo mark that carries two truths simultaneously: stability and movement, grounded and open, ready to use and still in the making. Basically, the shape mirrors the tool we use and offer to navigate through the cloud space to reach our common goal. This is what it looks like with the word logo. And then I will quickly lead you through and explain the working colors and the font, just so you get an idea of the overall pictures. These blue tones are our working colors. They're very harmonious and also obviously blue, which underlines the aspect of trust, stability, and reliability. But also, especially in tech, blue is linked to innovation. And then we have a highlight color, which is this orange that we use for calls to actions, anything that needs to send out. And I've chosen Aptos in 3 different weights as a working font, mostly out of practical reasons, as it's available everywhere and pre-installed in, for example, PowerPoint. So that means we can get a consistent output across different contexts and is especially good for us as a foundation where multiple contributors are producing content. In general, Aptos works well on screens. It's clean, modern, without being trendy, so it will also work in the future and be a reliable font. Yeah, thanks for your attention. I'm currently writing a short blog post about the logomark and the brand identity, where I will also then attach the guidelines document in case you're interested in this further. Are there any questions? Okay.
I have one more. You're getting better every time you present that, so good
Thanks.
stuff.
I was better prepared this time.
Love it. Good job.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you shared that, but all that is already on the GitHub page. I'm sorry, I was chatting around to figure out the agenda for today. But if you haven't chatted that, it's already there. If someone wants to reuse it.
Yes, all the new logos are uploaded on GitHub. The guidebook is coming.
Nice. Thank you, Anna.
Okay, then I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. Right.
But I might have a question. Did you already order merchandise with the new logo, like stickers and tiny things?
No, we are just about to approve the budget from the governing board.
Okay.
And then
Then it's
the
probably
design is
too
ready,
late.
but not ordered yet.
For the KubeCon in India, I could have taken some smaller things. I'll take the old
Apparently,
stuff. Okay.
nothing with the new.
Hi, this is Roberto from Clyso. We discussed a couple of weeks ago about the fact that maybe I was able to send the stuff through a colleague. I think Vasu, you know, Deepika.
Okay.
She's traveling. She was here in Munich for a couple of months, but she's traveling back tomorrow to India in order to join KubeCon. Depending how long the merch needs to get ready, I might be able to post it to her. If not, then yeah, next time, because she will be staying in Mumbai a couple of days before the conference. So she said, yeah, if you have anything, send it over. But I don't know if we make it. I guess difficult.
Can you put me in touch with her? Just send me email and hi.
Oh, she's here. Oh, perfect.
She's there. Okay, just
Great.
send me your contacts and then
will get
when I'm there. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
See you.
Right. And by the way, Anna, did you upload also the stickers that we discussed, the prints, the EPS files for the stickers on GitHub if someone wants to have them?
Yes, the sticker files are also online. So there's EPS and PDF. I think depending on the printer, you need either EPS or PDF.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's move on. I think super quick. Thanks to Tristan, he kind of saved the day super quick to find out what we've prepared. So if I can start over, welcome everyone to today's community call for NeoNephos. Today is June the 10th, and my name is Orlan. I'm part of the governing board now, and I'm more concentrated around community stuff. So that's my thing, to talk about community. And I want to start by the antitrust policy by Linux Foundation. If you want to dig in more, you can find the antitrust and the whole document on the Linux Foundation site. So, as Anna already presented the new logo, we have some foundation updates as well that I want to go through today, super quick. And that's that we have our first ambassador. I'm not sure if Constance is in the call, but congratulations to her if you haven't seen that. It was already posted a few times on different channels that we have our first official ambassador, and I'm super rooting for her to drive the community and the project forward. Next, we have the outreach committee chair with us, Annika, and we super quickly chatted if you can provide some feedback on what's going on there.
Sure. So welcome everybody. My name is Annika. I'm with Stickit since 1 year now, and since I don't know some weeks, I'm the chairperson of the outreach committee, and I also prepared something. Let me also share my screen.
Yep.
If I can take over here.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. And then, so first of all, maybe you're wondering who is like in the outreach committee. Then you can see this here on the NeoNephos homepage. You can see who is the outreach committee exactly, which persons are in there. And we need to upload our pictures here. So for that. And also what is new from our side. So we have different working streams, working groups, so to say. We are working on the events for this year and also already for next year. But what is planned for this year? So as we already heard, Vasu will travel to the KubeCon India and we'll have a talk there. And also we will have a closing keynote by Max Körbecher. This is pretty new information. Just came in today at the KCD in Munich, so end of June. It's really cool. Also, we will have a talk at the BWE Industry Days in beginning of September. Then we are planning like different booths. So we are planning booth for Container Days, also for the Open Source Summit in Prague, beginning of October, and then also probably for the Open Infra Day in Saarbrücken, and then some other talks and roundtables, so to say. Also, we are planning the new merch then, like we heard from Anna, and we will check with the governing board tomorrow then in the next meeting. So then there's also the social media working group. The social media working group, of course, is working on a social media plan, coming up with ideas, content ideas for LinkedIn and so on. Also discussing different channels. Where should we also be active? Should it be Reddit? We'll discuss that in this group. And also working on then measurement metrics to see like how we are performing there. And Olin already shared the information about the news from the ambassador working group. So we have Constanze voted for on June 3rd. So really happy to have her as our first ambassador. And also we are working on the further development of the ambassador program. It is online. So if anybody's interested, you can apply here on the homepage. And you can see that, I think, here under /ambassador. So that's everything from my side then.
Thank you. Any questions for Annika?
I actually have a question because it came up this morning internally in the company whether applications are closing at some point or they're open indefinitely for the ambassador role. We might have somebody interested.
Sorry, what was the question again?
If there is like a closing date for the applications for the ambassador role for additional ambassadors, or is open until I don't know when?
That's a good question, I think. I am not aware of an answer. Olin, you are maybe? No.
I think it's not defined at the program level right now. If we have n number of ambassadors for now, and also if we have a deadline, that's for sure. So I think we're gonna take a look at all the applications right now. But of course, unfortunately, we cannot have like 100 ambassadors right now. We cannot just,
of course.
Yeah.
But if you have someone specific, I think good starting point is to join one of the outreach committee meetings and to discuss that when we have to define that in the future for sure.
Yeah, perfect. I take that question with me to the working group then.
Yeah. Anyway, Annika, we talk quite often, so I can let you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
Thanks. Thank you. Next one. Let me share again. or maybe I can ask. Okay, next thing that we have on the agenda for today was the project lifecycle, and I would like to ask Florian, if you would ask, if you can jump in and share what the TAC is working on, and then if you can share some updates there.
A very short update. So we are the Technical Advisory Council is working on the project lifecycle policy. That's also on GitHub, and if you like, you can comment on it. I can also share the document really quickly. Oops. So that's what it's currently look like. So we don't need to go through all of this. I think the main points here is project can go through different parts of the life cycle, and we have basically 4 life cycle steps. We have a sandbox stage for projects that are not really settled yet, that have an idea, that are experiments. We have an incubating stage where we have projects that are going to want to build a community around it and have already something to work with. Then we have a growth stage for those projects that are moving from incubator towards graduation. And then we have a graduated stage. These are the mature projects that are production ready, that everybody can use and in a productive environment. We also have an emeritus stage for those projects that will at some point be not active anymore. So we are working on this document right now. So hopefully we can finish that in summer, so that we can put all the different projects within one of those stages, and then we'll probably communicate this again, and the projects will do this as well. So that's a quick update.
Thank you. Any questions, any remarks? By the way, there's a pull request open for this stuff. So if you can take a look, it's in the chat. In super short, Florian, we're aiming to something very similar to what CNCF are doing, right? Or in a way to reuse the
we reuse some of the terminology here, and so we want to make sure that we have those projects that is easy identifiable for somebody outside in which stage a project is. Is it something that is ready in production, ready for real usage, or is this more an experiment? So that's the goal here.
Thank you. Anyone? Any questions to Florian?
Not to the project lifecycle management. I saw that Max Körbecher, you are also in the call. In the chat you mentioned Cloud Native Summit to the earlier outreach committee.
I just corrected that it's not the KCD, it's the Cloud Native Summit, but it's fine. Same, but different. But we are officially not really running under the CNCF anymore.
Okay, I think it in the context we had. I think there's also a GitHub issue for that project. I think we were too late to sponsor and set up a booth, but I think Max, you volunteered to represent some parts of NeoNephos or messaging of NeoNephos at the Cloud Native Summit yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I wrote already to Annika. As we as a company, quote unquote, have anyhow too many talks, I keep myself out of this and do that as CNCF ambassador, Linux Foundation Europe Advisory Board member, and as part of the NeoNephos Foundation as a silver member. So all hats on open source, and give them in this direction. Overview, and of course aligned with Vasu from what we actually want to talk and show and so on.
Very nice. Thank you for that, Max.
Yeah, it's pity that we didn't manage to put that on time and to get the budget in, but it was like super short call. And
there's always place for blazing swag.
True. Yeah. By the way, maybe that's a good topic for the outreach committee, how we can streamline all that as well. I'm not sure, Annika, if that's already discussed or not, like having a swag on stock, I would say, for different events or something like that. We can.
We'll talk about that tomorrow in the events group. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Alrighty. So let's move on. Next one. I just wanted to share some stuff from KubeCon. It's like a wrap up a little bit. For those of you who attended KubeCon in Amsterdam, it was very big one and chaotic. But our booth for the NeoNephos booth was very, very well located, and compared to the other companies, we were kind of weird there. Because we're not a company, right? So it was like, why you guys are here? And yeah, there were nice chats. Maybe you hear what I'm saying for, I don't know, second or third time already. I'm sorry about that. But we have a total of 156 scans, unique scans, and 124 companies and 27 countries, which I think the interest was quite good. The number 156 compared to 14,000 sounds tiny, but if you take in account just for 3 days, that's a 50 conversations per day for roughly 4 people at the booth at the same time. That's quite exhausting. So thank you for everyone who've been on the booth. And also, we have a list of all the scans. So per project, if someone is interested to see if their project was in interest to someone on the booth, please reach out to me. I can provide that instruction from the list of the scans if you want to discuss something with the prospects of contributors or maintainers or companies that want to join the project and to be adopters or something like that. I have that. Already the Open Control Plane reached out and they're discussing some stuff with Dave V company. I'm not sure what they do, but they were interested in the project. Next upcoming events. That's a super short overview for the next few months. Vaso was in Brussels this Monday. I'm gonna give you the mic in just a second. And then we have India and Japan. Japan is missing here. KubeCon Japan. I'm gonna add that. KubeCon Japan, end of July, and then Open Source Summit in Prague. We're gonna have a booth there. More things to come as an update there. Vasu, do you want to share some stuff from Brussels? I saw some pictures, but I really want to know more about
that. Okay, I actually can. Short notice, but yeah, since I just gave that talk, let me. Do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, if you can give us like idea what was the event and how the
okay. I can recap. I think I can. If you have 5 to 10 minutes, I can actually do the talk and show you what we actually presented. It may make even sense.
Can you squeeze it in 5-10 minutes?
Okay, let's do it quickly.
All
right. Let me share my screen. There you go. So, as you know, just recently the tech sovereignty package was released, and essentially the messaging, there was a little pre-part under Chatham House rules, where also Sebastian Wolf from the SAP OSPO, gave a little bit insight of why did we actually start NeoNephos. But my part was essentially to show how we actually already contribute towards the goals of the EU tech sovereignty package. And where is this? Essentially, I'll really do it very quickly, but I'll focus on one part where we essentially said, all right, this is the history. We actually built something based on Kubernetes with the de facto standard that any provider in Europe can agree to, because it's kind of like the USB-C standard for as a cloud-native distributed system. And what will we do? What is our contribution in the IPsite-sys, the cloud multi-provider cloud edge continuum? It's the Apiro project, the reference architecture as a blueprint, as a layer across all the providers, but also more. And that we reuse the funding with the developer first, the kingmaker mentality, and we donated all the projects that are into NeoNephos. That's why we did it. Why did we choose the Linux Foundation Europe was another part. But essentially that we're going to prime the pump with the developer first in mind, because contributions and adoptions will follow from that principle, and that is more sustainable than letter of intents, commercial memorandums, and that those only work until funding runs out, right? That's kind of the message to take home. Yes, did it work? We have a couple of members that actually joined us, and I think this is more important here, this message, because this kind of also alludes to the fragmentation problem. So essentially, what do we want to have? We want to have a digital commons where we can do multi-vendor sourcing. Multi-vendor sourcing means I can stick with the open source project, but have different companies provide support for the same digital commons project without stickiness and without without having to have a hard lift to switch out projects because the distributions are different, right? And essentially, the triangle here depicts essentially the balance that we need to seek between conformance standards, innovation, and we do want to have market mechanisms with competition to actually help grow open source projects, right? And that means that in the digital commons, we do not want to see lock-in side effects, right? And does it work? Yes, there are more graduated projects are used in production, not only at SAP. And then we have, the Open Defense Cloud as a third pillar, building exactly on this principle, this triangle principle that I just explained. And why is this important? Because if you think about a multi-provider ecosystem, you need to have not only standards that are, and interoperability and portability, but the way we're thinking about it is the following. Because if you think about multiple providers having the same kind of building block, right? What happens is something really magic, because the providers themselves will start building their value-added services and products. I depicted here with X as a service, yeah, in their own infrastructure, using this common distributed standard, right? What this means, if this blue box is available everywhere, that means that the provider can serve customers also on different providers' infrastructure. And this essentially means others can do the same. And we therefore will see a business shift between providers that are trying to build everything in siloed format, right? In a lock-in kind of format. They can actually split their business between the business that produces really the data center, the physical infrastructure, and their virtual business that produces software layers on top, as an independent software vendor. I hope you can see the colors that I used, representing the part of the provider that is effectively an independent software vendor. And this aggregated market size, right, essentially attracts other independent software vendors to produce AI, to produce technical services, platforms, and whatnot. And then when you look at what the EU is currently targeting with the EU ID, with the EU wallet, and office projects and so on, that actually is how ecosystems are built. We have to stop the fragmentation, and having this type of an open source requirement in procurement tenders and so on is exactly what the ambition is. And we with NeoNephos are already working towards that goal and placing concrete utilizable projects into the digital commons. And of course, what happens, the next part is, if you look at Europe, we can't deny we have country barriers. We have different countries, local champions. France, Germany are all building their stacks. But with the help of this digital commons, and we are only part of this, right? What happens is that country borders technically dissolve. And if you look at the EU stack, that can be something on top of all these country stacks. The OECD is recommending the build out of a public digital infrastructure with something like identities, payment systems, and so on. And those are exactly projects that are, financed in the EU currently, also through tenders and so on. And one of the things in the tech sovereignty package also includes the international outreach. And if we have something like this, the market size of a common stack or a common digital commons continuum, you may call it, also is good, because then all the other countries which also have a problem with big tech, right, which would like to have a democratic system in place, Canada, India, Japan, and so on. We hear this from these countries as well. We can actually join hands. And that was, I think, a good message to take home. And we basically said, look, these are the four, high-level goals of the tech sovereignty package: boost adoption, develop a vibrant ecosystem, support public administration and defense, promote open source internationally. We are doing this without having, the tech sovereignty package there 2 years ago when we thought about this, but we are already working towards that. And that's essentially what I think. I hope I squeezed it in. I hope this was a good message for you. And I'm in line with our joint thinking.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm in time.
Yeah, right on time. Yeah, actually, I hear that story for second or third time from you, and it's every time it's getting more and more clearer, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if you have feedback on this, if you think that I'm available through email and so on, please let me know. Right.
Right. Thank you. Will there be any recording from the session, original one with Sebastian?
No, that was, I think, Chatham House rules. Right. We actually were able to talk a little bit more openly, and also more the problems. Right.
Okay. Good. Any questions to Vassal? Any remarks? Any complaints about what he's saying? Nope.
I also take compliments, so no, don't. Fishing for.
You got your,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. If not, let's move on to the next few stuff that we have for today. The next thing is community, and by community, I wanted to discuss with you how the overall community of the foundation level works and community per project works, and how we're governing the projects and the repository structures, and what means to have a community and all that. Something from my side, I've been collecting some issues from different projects which are currently represented into the foundation on project, like technical level project issues. So I'm gonna ask everybody, if you have something in the back end of your mind that is not okay or it's missing from project and community side, please drop me a message so we can work out a plan to propose it and to have it in place. For example, a better governing structure, or guidance how to run a community, or guidance how to run social channels, or whatever. All that is great feedback in, so we can work it out and make it the whole process much more workable and more actually more accessible for everyone. And communication improvements. Actually, that was a question that I asked on the town hall as well. Do we communicate on time? Do we fully communicate? What else we have to improve? Is it something that it's not okay right now? Obviously, we had some hiccups in the very beginning. My second call on this structure, and I have hiccups. It's not a good sign. Anyway, but if you have some recommendations, it's about the communication channels. Do we present everything on time? Is it enough? Is it too much, or whatever? Just try to get in touch with us, and me in particular. I'll try to take care of that, and to take it actionable and yeah, and to make it better. So Q&A. I wanted to, as we had to have today a session from Platform Mesh, I think, but the guys from the team for the project didn't manage to put it out on time, or they were like blocked by something. We have 20 minutes for Q&A or from the audience. If you want to discuss something, yeah, take it as a open mic kind of situation. If you want to say something that is not okay, or you want to say how Vaso is great in presentation skills, or I don't know, anything is welcome right now to put it out. It's like a safe space to share and to give ideas how we can improve the whole foundation and per project initiatives. Yeah, floor is yours. I can start with a question. Oh, sorry, someone wanted to speak.
Hi. Hi, it's Roberto from Chrysler here, also part of the outreach committee. Just wanted to mention, I joined a couple of minutes later, but it was a bit confusing to see the date on the website of Linux Foundation, the 6th of June for this call, because there was like an American format in the date, but then there is the actual message in the saying on June 6th, we again bring together the NeoNephos community. And today is the 10th. So that confused me, and therefore I communicated quite late internally about the call. Some colleagues managed to join. I think this is a quick fix that we can do for the next calls, just to communicate the correct dates and just so that people know when to join. I had the appointment in my calendar for today, but I was confused by the website. So yeah, just wanted to let you know. I don't know who's managing the community section within the Linux Foundation website, but I think we can quickly fix it.
Can you guide me? Where is that exactly?
I can copy the link inside the chat here, so you can.
Is it on the NeoNephos
yeah.
website?
Yeah, if you click on community events.
Yeah.
And then you go on the call. So scroll up, NeoNephos Community Call.
Where is that?
Top left. So you see the date, NeoNephos Community Call, top left.
Oh. Yeah.
It says on June 6th.
I think that's a typo when we added that article.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's just it can be confusing if I share just the link internally. The company.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but if you open the calendar, that's
then I think the date is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reliable thing to look at. But
yeah.
You're right. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I suppose there are not enough eyes looking at the posting this stuff. So good, yeah, good feedback. We have to improve our review process when we post this stuff. So we make sure we post it correctly, and if it's not, to fix it on time. Right. Thank you. No taken. Anything else? Or I have one. Are you guys missing something from, for example, guidance how to automate anything in your projects? For example, on the governing side, for example, I'm looking for feedback. An example, do all projects into the foundation have a proper governing document, which describes how you become a maintainer, what you have to do to become a maintainer, what kind of roles, like contribution ladder, if everyone has that. If you know, it's going to be great if you can share that. Because I know some projects are not having that. So my idea here is more on streamlining, not to put your rules on top, how to do that, but rather give you and templating how to achieve that and how to put some more structure within the management of the projects itself. So if you if you have some observations about that, it would be great if you can share so we can work on that.
Olin, there's a message in the chat from
Yeah.
Mark Heron,
Yeah.
which maybe fits exactly to your question. I'm new and just joined a couple of community calls. What is a way of helping, contributing to this project from his side? Yeah, he's asking.
Yeah. So, Mark, as you say, you're new and you just joined. There are a few, I think 12 right now projects into the foundation. So if you're interested in any of those projects, the best way to start contributing is to join, for example, their community call if they have one. If they don't, to reach out to some of the maintainers and to put your interests out that you want to contribute. For sure, please communicate that with your employer if you want to do that in your working time, so you can be stress-free of contributing. And also we have a CLA, and for some projects we have the DCO, which is CLA goes for contribution legal. Sorry, I lost it. Sorry, my kitten just came to me. The DCO is about the thing that you're allowed to contribute to the project, and the CLA is that you're agreeing with contributing to the forum of and the rules of contributing to the projects. So if your employer is not okay with you personally contributing to a project, better check it first with direct manager. I'm not sure what's your company, but yeah, I'm sorry. I have a new kitten, so it's just is bugging me right now. It's I think he's hungry already. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, but if you wanna join and start contributing, and you're missing that information, please reach out to me. Feel free to do that. I've been doing this kind of mentoring for the last 10 years for other various CNCF projects, and I can definitely help you out with that. Check the GitHub repository for example, a issue that is marked with the good first issue that you can easily join in and do, I don't know, some correction on documentation, or take a look at the straw of the issues and see if you can answer some. So there's many ways to help out with the project, not writing code necessarily. They're actually helping answering issues is one of the things that most of the projects are really bad at. People are just slammed with other stuff, and they're not enough time to answer all the questions. So if you can do that, it's really helpful.
Actually, so I'm actually very happy to notice that when I now click on the calendar, I see now all of the projects slowly onboarding on the calendar and saying when is their community office hours and so on. And as mentioned, there are a number of projects which are highly focused and already mature. They have a mature, let's say, project cycle already going on. But many of these projects, like if you look at the open component model or open control plane and platform mesh and so on, these are just about getting started, I think, and they're like next gen, trying to establish themselves. And I think that's like the proper, a good first start to take a look which of these projects are of interest, right? That would be my recommendation. And I can see the office hours and the slots when they actually meet, so you can directly touch base with them.
Yep. Thank you, Vasu. Any other questions? I have another one. Do everyone knows what NeoNephos stands for, like in the mission? And is it like clear enough? I'm making that experiment to ask random people about that they know NeoNephos, and Vasu, I'm not going to ask you because you wrote the mission, but But for the rest, is it like relevant to have something like a cheat sheet document on the website instead of like a Q&A, quick Q&A, what NeoNephos is? Is it clear enough? Do we think we have to do more and better work at representing from pure marketing side to be able to sell the idea to as broad as possible circle of companies and people, and to buy the idea of what we're trying to do? Any observation, folks? Is it accessible enough, or should we rework it and make it more simple, or to have it simpler for different kind of personas? That's I can see Vasu has an opinion.
Yeah, but I'm too deep in the rabbit hole, so my
Yeah.
opinion is exactly what you don't want. But yeah, I think what does Nephos stand for? Like Greek for cloud and so on. That could be made probably more. Yeah, the new logo and everything could be the refresh of the website could be used for placing a bit the point of view of you have never heard of NeoNephos. What is it about? Exactly your questions. And maybe, and again, this is my opinion because I'm too deep in the rabbit hole, the connection to the text sovereignty package, the European context, which is why we founded the foundation anyhow. That could be something. Yeah, make it more not only for the technical and very deep into the matter, but yeah. But I'm the bad guy to ask. I'm really the.
So I think we should definitely work on that because I get many questions about it, and we should make like a clear statement what NeoNephos stands for. And I really like the idea of having a FAQ or a cheat sheet or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, because I have already done something for my team, and I can share it, and we can. Yeah, I just as part of other exercise, I came up with this, and I was like, maybe we can do something around that. And for me, I have really hard time explaining to some people what we do, people who are not into the digital sovereignty world, right? And from one side, we have all the governments and politicians and whatever. We have the techie person who may know, right? But then we should make aware all the others, right? All the other in the broader side of people should know, and they should think about it in not non-political way, but in more on ethical way as well. So that's again community. So I'm trying to make it broader for broader community. I think Mohammed wanted to say something as well. He admitted himself.
Yes, I wanted to mention something, but I think it's already covered. Yeah, when you look at when you go to the main page of the website, I mean, you definitely go to the goals section because there is no short explanation of the project. Therefore, you usually go to goal section, and the goal section there is no place that I explain what NeoNephos stands for. So maybe we can start from there, or at least have a short summary or introduction. What is NeoNephos project about? And then have a link to go with the extended documentation.
Yeah, so you're saying something like a super easy digestible kind of paragraphs of, yeah, that was my idea as well.
Exactly. Because as a like external, I would say, consumer, when I read the page, it's like, oh, where I have to find the detail about the NeoNephos, what is it about exactly, and then you find different links from the Linux Foundation. Explanation exists in the web blog that they have, but not necessary in our page.
Exactly my observation. So that's why I'm asking over here. So to figure out if I'm the only one facing that Right. Thank you. Annika, you wanted to say something with, maybe I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, just fully agree.
Okay. Right. We have 6 minutes more. Do we want to discuss something else? Or we can have 6 minutes back on the end of the hour. Okay. 3 more seconds. So thank you very much, everyone. It was super pleasure seeing you, everyone, and to have that discussion. I'm sorry once again for the hiccups in the beginning. We'll take care of that. Thank you. Have a great evening or morning or wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your day. Bye.